Insert clever intro here after the drop. Welcome back to Game Chat. My name is Sean. This is Chase. You're listening to Chillcraft, a Minecraft-inspired chill hop album recently released by Highland and Game Chops, not Game Club or Game Chat, Game Chops. Links in the description. I don't give those guys a shout out enough for all of our background music. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation Plus games for April 2021, as well as the last sort of known play-at-home game that was still coming in April, and the PlayStation Studios game on Xbox Game Pass Day 1 release. So let's con on over to the first thing here. So we've got PlayStation Plus April monthly games. So for our PlayStation 5 game, we're getting Oddworld Soulstorm. Then for PlayStation 4, we're getting Zombie Army 4, as well as Days Gone, which is actually PlayStation 4 only because it is on the PlayStation Plus collection, whatever it's called. First up, Oddworld. Nice to see a game released day and date on part of the PlayStation Plus platform, though I'm not super excited. I feel like every time an Oddworld game comes out, I'm like, oh man, this looks really cool, I want to play it. And then I either play it for a little while and I just kind of go, that's it. Or I end up not playing it because I'm like, it's not worth paying for. So in some ways, I'm glad we're getting it free.
Yeah, and I think it's made in Unity, so that's cool. But yeah, I like Oddworld, but just like you, I'm always like, oh dude, another Oddworld game, and then it comes out and it's like,
yeah.
There it goes.
I really hope for the best. Currently, I've been in kind of a weird place where I can't really find the game I want to play, so I will be giving this a shot on Tuesday when it releases. It might be enough to grab me, and then in next week's Game Chat, you're going to hear us talking about how cool it is. Who knows?
Yeah, right?
I wish the best for the game. Every month can't be a banger over here on PlayStation Plus. We've already had a lot of great selections come in the last couple of months, so I don't fault them at all.
I gotta say though, like for PlayStation Plus for April, looking at it, Oddworld, Days Gone, Zombie Army 4, whatever. What is Zombie Army 4? Days Gone? I don't know. But like Oddworld as a brand new game for PlayStation 5, boom. You know, Days Gone, if you haven't played it on PS4, I bought it the day it came out, played it for 4 hours. Whatever. Maybe I'll play it one day, but it's cool. It's covering all bases. Like they're doing previous owners, like that's great because they don't have a PS5 right now. Maybe they're trying to get one. Boom. Yeah. They can hold them over and then they can play it 60 FPS, 4K, even though it's part of the collection. But I think Sony's doing a good job of trying to show some love for next gen, where I know that games with gold have been a little bit not as
great. Yeah. No, Game Pass has had some great releases, right? And we'll get into that a little bit later. But I agree, the games with gold games are not on the level of what Sony is doing. And again, with Days Gone, I think it's great because it was also announced for PC recently. So this is Sony kind of guaranteeing that everybody that has a PlayStation, you've had a chance to play it before they release it onto the PC market, which is super great. That game does look super cool.
I'd like to give it a try. A real try.
Give it a try on the PS5 with it at 60 FPS. Zombie games aren't really my thing. The last zombie type game that I really enjoyed was probably a Left 4 Dead game, to be honest.
Oh, well, when your standard's set so high, I mean, like, it's so fun.
And again, Zombie Army 4, Dead War 4, whatever the game is called, not super excited. Cool that they're giving a game out, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to do something since they don't have Vita games anymore, but is what it is.
It is what it is.
We've had this play at home initiative going on for actually realistically the past year, but it was last year when the lockdown first happened, and then again it came up a couple of weeks ago. They gave something like 9 free games out from March 25th to April 22nd, so plenty of time on this. I think there's a lot of games in here. There's actually too much to cover. They're free for anybody. You don't have to be a PlayStation Plus user. This is just if you have an account on PlayStation, you can go and redeem these all. Yes, including the VR games. So I went ahead and got Moss, Astrobot, Paper Beast, Thumper, picked them up.
Astrobot's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
You never know when you're gonna get one, or possibly with this new VR that's coming out, that some of these games will be backwards compatible, and it'll be nice to have those. Anyways, a lot of great games here. The Witness is a great first-person puzzle game. Enter the Gungeon is a shoot 'em up that's a roguelike. Subnautica, Abzu, beautiful game, very Journey style, but underwater. And then Rez Infinite, I'm pretty sure is like some sort of bullet hell shooter.
It's supposed to be really good. I haven't played it yet though.
Right, same. I think I played a Rez game back on the Xbox, but the other one that's really kind of stand out here is that we are getting Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition, on April 19th, and I think it's going to be around for a week or something like that. But that's to everybody that's out there. I actually recently picked this game up on PC because it went on Steam sale to $20 or $30, and actually CD Keys had it for $25. So I picked it up there. I'm playing through it. Man, the game is gorgeous on high settings, running above 60 FPS. It can't maintain much more than that, honestly, in some of the open areas. I can get up into 70s, 80s, 90s, but...
What if they're going to be like, it's free on April 19th, play at home, kind of like Ratchet and Clank, boom, they're going to do an update. That'd be sweet. I want it 60.
That would be super dope. And then I would be able to go play it and get some trophies. But worst case scenario, I gave $25 to the devs, and I'm not too upset about that. Because I do want to see more of these PlayStation exclusives on the PC platform. I really wish that they would go sort of the way of Xbox, where it's kind of like you have your home console exclusives, but then you might release some of them on PC in a of alternate option way. The other thing that I want to touch on last here is MLB The Show 21 is coming to Xbox Game Pass on day one. And this is a PlayStation Studios game, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It is.
Prior to this was always a console exclusive. As a matter of fact, a guy that I worked with a couple of years ago, he was really into baseball and was like, hey, what system should I get? Xbox or PlayStation? We were talking about video games in general, and I said, do you plan on playing baseball video games at all? Because if you want that, you gotta be on PlayStation, because they have the license for MLB, and that's realistically, everybody says it's the best baseball game because it's the only baseball game, unless you're talking about an arcade style.
Right.
So
the good stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
So this kind of brings us back to, though, what we were talking about earlier. Game Pass, I think, has actually offered a great value as of late. Outriders came out day and date on it. All of the Xbox real first-party exclusives, including Bethesda games, have all come over, but they're always day and date release. And so this is kind of an interesting move from Sony to see this go to Game Pass.
Especially considering it's $70 on PS5.
Yeah, and realistically, as of right now, we don't know if this will be on PlayStation Now, right? There's always a potential for that.
On PlayStation Now, like
yes, PlayStation Now,
the service.
The service.
I was like, it's gonna be on PlayStation.
Recently had a deal where it was like, I don't know, sign up for a year for $60 and get a $15 credit. I actually went ahead and did it because I was looking at the games and it really wasn't that terrible. And I know that they add and take away games all the time. I'm surprised that they don't kind of beef up that library and then go head to head with Xbox with it. It's kind of a weird move.
I think it's weird that like PlayStation Now, when we were looking through it the other night, it's just like there's a lot of like good stuff on there, like the Surge 2, and like these games that you can download. It's not just a streaming service, and I know that people have known that for a while, but it's like you're offering kind of in the same realm as Game Pass and what you can do. And you should market it as such. You don't have to say it's a Game Pass competitor, but market it in a way, in Sony's way of being like, hey, all these great games.
Yes. And I'm actually surprised it's that they haven't, because so often I hear other major journalists, outlets, YouTube, wherever you get your information for this stuff from, where they're like, oh, well, Game Pass is great and Sony doesn't even have a competing service. And they're like totally overlooking PlayStation Now. And I think a lot of people don't realize that you can download games, so it's not just a streaming service. There's a lot of new and current games. I think all of the Darksiders are on there. There was a bunch of other sort of indie games. It's kind of a nice mishmash, sort of like Xbox.
Bloodborne is on PlayStation Now, and it's not on Game Pass. So which service is better, everybody? You tell me in the comments below, which service is better? Because one of them has Bloodborne, and one of them is Game Pass. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that they have a great, they have a potential contender if they would just really market it like that. And I'd love to see them bring it together, sort of like a Game Pass Ultimate thing, where it's like, hey, get PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now for maybe a special price or something. So anyways, I think that wraps it up for this week. PlayStation Plus, April 2021. Not super excited, but it's good to see that we still have decent content incoming and stuff that's new.
Exactly.
Don't forget about Horizon Zero Dawn or the rest of the Play at Home initiative. I'll put links in the description for all that stuff. Again, if you enjoyed this content, feel free to give us a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, give it a thumbs down. We'll take that too. Don't forget to also comment your thoughts and opinions on any of this stuff we discussed, and we'll try and keep that discussion going in the comments as well. So until then, Game Club out.